Good morning children and welcome back to your chemistry class. Today we shall begin with a new chapter, that is aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. So let us talk about aldehydes and ketones first. So these compounds, they are also termed as carbonyl compounds. Okay. So the carbonyl compounds, that is this group, this is known as carbonyl compound, and the compounds that contain these groups, they are termed as carbonyl compounds, right? So in aldehydes, the carbonyl group, it is bonded to carbon and hydrogen. How? In aldehyde, as I said, this carbonyl group, it is attached to carbon and hydrogen. This is your aldehyde. Okay. And in ketone it is bonded to two carbon atoms, that is like this and this is R, this is R. So R will be either CH3 or this will be CH2 or C2H5 or whatever it is. So what did I say? In ketone it is bonded to two carbon atoms, whereas in aldehydes it is bonded to one hydrogen and one carbon atom. Clear? So aldehydes and ketones, their molecular formula is CnH2nO, and they are functional isomers of each other. Clear? I hope this part is clear. Now let's talk about classification of aldehydes. So aldehydes, they are classified as like aliphatic aldehyde and aromatic aldehyde. Okay, so aliphatic aldehydes, in which an alkyl group or the hydrogen atom, it is attached to an aldehydic group, right? What did I say? That in aliphatic aldehyde, the alkyl group or the H atom, it is attached to the aldehydic group, that is it is attached to the aldehydic group, right? So example could be like your formaldehyde, HCHO, it could be your acetaldehyde or any other aldehyde we can talk about. Okay. Now let's talk about aromatic aldehyde. Over here, the aryl group, this is attached to the aldehydic group, right? And example could be like your benzaldehyde, right? That is C6H5, that is the aryl group attached to CHO, that is the aldehydic group. So these were the classifications of the aldehydes. Now let's talk about the classification of ketones. So ketones, they can also be classified as into two parts. What are they? The first one is the symmetrical ketones. And the other one is your unsymmetrical ketones, right? So symmetrical ketones means same alkyl group, it is attached to carbon double bond oxygen, that is example CH3COCH3. So same alkyl group, it is attached to carbon and oxygen. Clear? And in unsymmetrical ketones, the different alkyl groups are attached. For example, it could be like CH3CO, C2H5, then they are unsymmetrical alkenes. So depending upon the nature of the group and which is attached to your carbon oxygen group, the ketones, they can again be classified as aliphatic ketones and aromatic ketones. So aliphatic ketones, they have the alkyl group present, and aromatic ketones, they have they are the aryl alkyl ketones. Okay, they could also be diaryl ketones. So combinations are found here. Now we shall talk about the nomenclature of these aldehydes and ketones. Okay, so let us talk about the nomenclature of aldehydes and ketones. So firstly, let's talk about some common names and its IUPAC name over here. So in aldehydes, the aldehydes, they are derived from the common names of their corresponding carboxylic acids. How? Just by replacing the ic, right, of the carboxylic acid with the aldehyde of it. So for example, like benzoic acid. So ic is changed and aldehyde is added to it, then it becomes benzaldehyde. So benzaldehyde is the common name of your aldehyde. Benzaldehyde, the common is C6H5CHO, right? Similarly, if you talk about acetaldehyde, so it will be CH3CHO, right? Now, sometimes what happens, we even write, say, alpha, beta, gamma, all this, right? So what do these indicate? They indicate the location of the substituent in the carbon chain. For example, like if I have to write this example, CH, CH2, CH double bond O, and here if I write bromine, right? So now this becomes your alpha, this is your beta, and this is your gamma carbon, right? So what is the name of this? The name of this compound will be beta bromo aldehyde, butyl aldehyde. Clear? So these were some of the common names how we write for aldehydes. So we write down the word aldehyde at the end of it. Now what will be the IUPAC name for the aldehydes? We just have to write AL over there. So that gives the name of a open chain aliphatic aldehyde, right? For example, let's talk about say CH3CHO. What is the name of this? Methanol, right? So CHO, it is going to represent your aldehyde, and in IUPAC name we end it with AL. Okay, methanol, ethanol, propanol, and so on. So this was about aldehydes. Now let's talk about ketones. So what happens in the common names of aliphatic and aromatic ketones? They are all derived by writing the names of the alkyl group which is attached to the carbon oxygen group in the alphabetical order. Okay, and then adding the word ketone at the end. For example, if I talk, this was all about your aldehyde. Okay, so if I talk about ketones over here, so let me take one example like okay, for ketones like CH3C double bond O C, let me change the number, C2H5. So how are we going to give the common name to this particular compound. So as I told you, the alphabetical order has to be seen to first and foremost, and the name will end with the word ketone. So over here there are two alkyl groups. This is your methyl group, this is your ethyl group. So alphabetically it should be ethyl methyl, okay, ethyl methyl, and the name should end with the word ketone. So the common name of this compound is ethyl methyl ketone, right? But when we write down the IUPAC name for ketones, we write down ONE, like your propanone, okay, pentanone, and so on. So this was all about the nomenclature and of the aldehydes and ketones. I'm not going much in detail because I know you know about it and you have to have a little revision on this. So I have given you the brief introduction of it. Now next we talk about the structure and the nature of this carbonyl group. Structure and nature of carbonyl group. Okay, so in carbonyl group the carbon atom is always in a state of sp2 hybridization. Okay, let's see this. This is the, I'm showing you the planar nature of it. This carbon, okay, attached to the two alkyl groups, double bond O. Fine. So this double bond that you see, one is your pi and this is your sigma bond, right? And what are the angles that you see over here? This forms your 120 degree. This forms your 120 degree, right? And this is also your 120 degree, right? Since the oxygen atom is more electronegative over here than carbon, the carbonyl group, it is polar with the electrons that are shifted more towards the oxygen, right? And this makes it partially negative and carbonyl atom becomes partially positive. Thus, in this carbonyl group, what happens? The electrons, they shift more towards the oxygen, right? And hence the oxygen, it attains partial negative charge over itself and carbon attains slightly positive charge over itself, and hence we say carbonyl group is polar in nature. It is polar in nature, right? So what did we study over here? That this carbon, it shows what kind of hybridization? sp2 hybridization. The carbon oxygen double bond, it is present in the carbonyl group and it is different from the other carbon and carbon bond in alkenes, as you have seen. So carbonyl, the carbonyl group, it is polar in nature. How can we say so? Because oxygen, it is more electronegative than carbon over here. So electrons, they shift more towards oxygen and hence this carbon, it attains a slight positive charge and oxygen attains a slight negative charge. Hence we say that the carbonyl group is polar in nature. Okay, so I stop over here and in the next video we shall do the methods of preparing these aldehydes and ketones, because if I add it over here then this video will become too long. Thank you.